responsibility na walang krimen na mangyayari dito sa Davao. Because it's the PNP's job to secure the city. And hindi naman ako pinapilit ng city director. So I cannot give, like, I do not know if I can give, advice kung paano gagawin yung trabaho ng mga pulis dito. Because, first and foremost, I am the mayor, I'm a local here, I grew up here, I know this place. And I know the people here and I know how they behave. Pero pag itong city director na nilagay ni Torre, hindi makikinig sa akin, he will not cooperate, then it's up to them. Okay? So, sinabi naman ni Torre na may 3-minute response, sana ma-feel ng mga Davaoenyo. But, tingin ko, gagawin yan, harassment lang talaga. Doon na, Cory, Mr. Torre, sanay na ako sa iyo. Sanay na kami sa iyo. Kinidnap po nga yung tatay ko eh. Okay na yan. Just do whatever you want. You have 2 years until finding mo candidacy sa 2027. So, at saka may kaso pa na ngayon eh. Think about it. Gusto mo harasin mo lang ako. Kasi matapang ka lang naman, we have the position pero gusuntukan tayo, arap ko makaya, bita. Ganun lang. But you're a coward. You are nothing without your position. Sa totoo lang. And nagmamatalinuhan ka lang, yan lang talaga ginagawa mo. May 3-minute response ka, may nakaabang na dyan, nakita ka talaga ng media. Kawawa ka naman, sa totoo lang. Okay na yan. Yung 3-minute response mo, prove it. Prove it to the Davaoenos. So sabihin, kayo PNP. So sabihin nyo, hindi na safe ang Davao. So ako ba ang polis o kayo? Kung sa index, ang Davao City is third to Chiang Mai in Southeast Asia, why cannot you maintain that? If you cannot maintain that, that means you're not doing your job. That means the PNP is not doing their job. O nangyari yun, who is to blame? Ako o ikaw? Yung back to you mo, hindi ka na nga sumagot ko. Sarap talaga awayin. Totoo lang. May ano ka eh, kalbayo kung sa ka, no? Oh, may ano ka na, may issue ka na doon eh. Iba yung ano mo, iba yung ambition mo sa buhay. I don't feel that you're here to serve and protect people. You are here to forward your ambitions. Particularly, kung sino ka man sa administration ni Ferdinand Marcos Sr., you are the general bear. If you do not know history, read it. It's there. It's available for all.
Say ba't di pa nga eh?
Yawa.
Anyway, Mayor, just for the record and for para klaro sa lahat, you did not have a say kung sino ang next chief or director ng DCP.
No. They won't allow me to choose the city director. Nangyari na yan last year when I was mayor. The last term when I was mayor. In 2 days, they replaced 3 times. Aski the city director 3 times in 2 days. I do not know. Masyado silang paning because they're scared maybe, these policemen who were to be assigned there, baka loyalista sa amin and they would not, do dirty work for them. So I'm expecting harassment from your pangit nyo now. I really do think you're ugly. You know why? it's not because of your face. You know, like Filipinos are beautiful, brown skin, you know, and a lot of foreigners, the Caucasians especially, they like your color, but you know, the kind of person that you are, you're really fucking ugly.
Tapos latest of this order. Another thing, Mayor Hana, no? Yung sa key areas.
Isang area naman, Mayor, is education sector. So you committed, Mayor, for your inaugural speech that you would prioritize education, free scholarship. And it's also worth noting na Davao City has 93% in literacy rate. So that's very high. And you also mentioned, Mayor, that you will allocate a substantial amount to education. So ano yung mga specific programs or partnerships that you have flagged, Mayor, for your first?
Kuan, yes, yung yung sinabi ko sa inaugural speech, very straightforward, but we would continue to deliver basic services like food security, shelter, basic security. That's up to the PFP actually. What else? Education and I always forget yung isa.
Here, digitalization.
Health, yes. And I want to add, it's something that's, it's just theoretical. Digitalization is already part of an LGU's, one of the it's basic already, in terms of, for an LGU to deliver that to the people. So, I consider that 6, but gusto ko na more, prioritize talaga yung education because I think Davao City maganda yung takbo talaga and marami tayong napag-graduate na professionals, doctors, engineers, and or lawyers. And I really want that for the people of Davao. Gusto ko na ano lang ba? Gusto ko na may hanap buhay yung mga tao. Kung may bata dyan na mahusay talaga yung nag-aaral, kailangan, you know, if they want to get a better, mas paginawa na buhay because of their efforts in their academics, magkakaroon talaga sila ng degree. Mataas, no? Okay, so, I am talking to the city council right now. Kaya kinakausap, I'm asking them to prioritize this. Kaya meron na tayo separation of powers, di ba? So they're the legislative. So that answers yung sinabi na undemocratic. Ano ko na tayo opposition. But still, I asked them kung i-prioritize ito because I want Davao City and maybe if I make it to 80 years old, 12, you know, tumanda ako dito na makikita ko na very well educated ang mga Davaoenyo and they're getting high earning jobs, employment, yun lahat. And I truly believe in the potential and competitiveness of Davaoenyos. So, yan, I want a significant increase pagdating sa budget sa education. And of course, more infrastructure para sa mga sa mga grade school, so elementary, high school, sa mga public schools na so that the kids can learn more efficiently. Yeah, so para prepared sila to go into college. I think that is the strength of the Davaoenyos because I think we are very highly opinionated people and very educated people. And we will keep that up because this will be our driving force in the years to come. The youth. Yeah. So that we build up more people to help build the city. Everyone, I want everyone to participate. And yeah, through education, like may laman yung utak ng mga taga Davao, you can be critical, open to that. We've always been open to criticism. Yeah, we need to hear from these young people. So, gusto na ko, I want Tabaweños to be idealistic. Do not ever, settle for mediocrity. Ayong magsitol na alam mo diya, mula na inyong kaya. Pagtuon mo, you study hard, the government will help you if you do your responsibility.
Thank you, Mayor. I think that's a very great news kit, Mayor. Kasi kaya na sinasabi nila, you can never go wrong when you invest in education. And for me personally, growing up or finishing my studies, Mayor, being a scholar also, independent, also sa scholarship, it's good to know that we are investing more in this because there are really a lot of potential, no? And Harvard students here, the literacy rate, the number one in Davao region, 93%.
Ako mong gani, umagani ko nagtuon ng tarom na mayok ko, unsa na kasanway depths. Tinga ko na nag-aral ng maayos, ang mayor po, ito pang mga bata na irado, diba? They are going to be good lawyers, good doctors, and they could be politicians, and they could, they do something for the city. We have a dream, and we should be together in this trip to uplift the lives of all Tabaweños. So, City Council, padunggan ko ninyo, please make sure it is it is my suggestion. You deliberate on this and look into it because I think this is crucial for the future of Davao City.
Mayor, one of the things you mentioned that in the next 3 years, or as long as you are leading this city, you will not give Tabaweños a government that tolerates youth wrongdoings, Mayor. Would you like to expound on this part?
Wala man talaga. Always saying, hindi mo ma-perfect talaga yung governance pa. But as much as possible, you go hard on doing your responsibility, your job. So, medyo minsan mastriktuhan kayo sa akin. Pero, I'm only doing this for you. Wala ka na umagahid kayo sa akin kasi yung koraporan nyo itatop dyan kasi maingay. People cannot slave, CPs cannot slave, yung mga matatanda, natulog. I'm not doing this to agitate you. I'm doing this to give, a peaceful city for everybody. Tulad ng mga, like I mentioned, yung mga establishments na ayaw magbigay ng setback. So, wala tayong pedestrian. Saan mo nalakat yung mga tao? I mean, saying this over and over again, it's not. Kasi kung ako lang talaga, takot ako ng boto ng tao, I would allow all of yung mga ginagawa nyo na that would please you. But I'm not here to please you. I'm here to govern. I'm here to do what is right. And I'm here to, implement the law. Because hindi naman ginawa yung batas para sirain yung buhay na tao. Well, pwede mo naman, dahan yan, gano'n, and on. But, especially yung the small things that affects the lives of people, tulad ng mga land park ordinances natin, the speed limit, liquor ban, anti-smoking, all of which were implemented by Rodrigo Duterte and continued by my sister when she was mayor, and then sa akin din mayor. And until now, we're trying to continue these things that could, improve the lives of all the Filipinos. The poet is. Yeah, I only want what's best for you. Kung stricto ka na sa buka, it really doesn't matter. I really boto ka kung dili mo gana kung ingon na. But I'm just telling you, it is, what I'm doing is because, I'm doing this because I love my city. I love our city. And, I love the people. I love the Davaoenos. Gusto ko lang na yung quality of life nyo better will only get better while I am here. Yan lang naman talaga yung ano ko. So I'm sorry if it's medyo may birthing phase talaga yung mga ganung bagay because we're not used to nga padlungong ta but it's all for you. It's all for you. It's for your children, your grandchildren, and for the generations to come. So that someday, pag wala na ako sa politika, retired ko, gusto lang na ako makita. Gusto ko lang din makita na may nagawa ako at may na-contribute ako sa syudad natin. And, maybe, God will, siguro, or yung Diyos na lang yung makapagsakit if I did the right thing for them. But I will never compromise votes in exchange to do the right thing. Mo naman na. Di mo ganahan sa okay mo. Ganahan mo sa maayon. Padayon ta. And gusto ko, before we end this, gusto na ko, I want to tell lahat ng nanonood dito na please, kasi lagi sinasabi ni Papa pag nandun na pag bumibisit, nung pag-visit ko na is telling you to stop, and wag lang, kasi sayang man, I think we're on our way to, ano ba tawag dyan, na makamit natin yung mas magandang Pilipinas. Kasi, huwag natin itigil yung tunay na pagpabago. Just have faith in yourselves that each and every one of us can improve and build a better country than what it is now. Dahan-dahan yan. It's a process. It's a process lang. Ang most important thing, do not tolerate traditional practices in government na yan yung sumisira talaga sa bansa natin. And pinag-usapan na natin ito since pagsimula nitong podcast na ito. So, ang Pilipino is very capable. Pinangkuan ba? Maabilidad na mga tao ang mga Pilipino. And I think we are good people. We are good people. We are honest. Let's just practice these things and really, give emphasis to values, especially within our families. Diyan magsisimula yan sa bahay. Respect for your parents, respect for the elderly, respect for sa ingisig kataw, respect for others, and do not tolerate wrongdoings, and go through processes. Hindi tayo lagi magmadali kasi we should be organized, dapat lahat tayo. Pag tayo nagkaisa, may sistema tayo na lahat sinusunod natin, tapos walang nakuuna ka. No, we should go hand in hand moving forward. Ganun talaga. It's not easy because we've been colonized. Tagal na, tapos medyo yung identity natin, otak-otak, because na colonize tayo ng Espanyol, may mga ibang tao dyan, ugali Espanyol, ugali Amerikano,